How's it going? I really wanted to do another video follow-up on the video I made called How to Prepare for the AMC 10. And the purpose of this one is, like many of you, I did not grow up with very much money. I was lower middle class. I didn't even own my first car until I was 21 years old, and I bought it myself. There was no assistance from family or anything like that. So I've never had an hour of private tutor in my life of any kind. And so I wanted to speak to those kinds of people that maybe don't have access to the financial resources that some other students might have. And to begin with, I just want to talk a little bit about the mindset that you have to approach that situation with. You kind of have two options. You can choose to be jaded, and you can be upset at the hand that life has dealt you. You can look with envy at people who have access to more resources than you, or you can figure it out. And what I mean by that is, I call it the deserted island principle in problem solving. And actually, you can apply this to your situation as well. The deserted island principle works like this. If your plane crashes, right, or your boat, capsizes and you find yourself on a deserted island, like some of the books that you may have read as a child, or maybe you still are a child, and you might have read books like that or seen movies like that, Shipwrecked or something like that, and you find yourself on this deserted island, right, then you probably don't know how to spearfish, right? You probably have not dug up roots of plants to eat them. You've probably not foraged for berries in the woods for survival. Maybe you've never started a fire. Okay, so what do you do then? Do you just lay down on the beach and write SOS and hope a plane or a helicopter flies by? Not a very good plan, right? If you want to live, you probably should try to do stuff to accomplish those things that you don't know how to do. And you can't be like, well, no one taught me. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Go get a stick, sharpen it on some rocks, and try to get that fish. Go forage for berries, bang two rocks together over some tinder, some leaves, some pine needles, something like that, and try to make that fire so that you can survive. And that's the mindset that you have to have in problem solving, because you cannot hang your hat on, oh, I didn't learn this technique. Too bad. Find a way around it. Okay? Same thing with the preparation, how it goes. It doesn't matter that they have more resources than you, right? You can either have one of two paths: envy, frustration, and sadness, and victimizing yourself, and recognizing that, okay, not everybody gets the silver spoon in their mouth. It is what it is. You can sit back and say, well, I didn't have the same opportunities that they had. That's fine. You can do that. You're right. You're right. They had an easier path to success than you did. Or you can survive with the deserted island principle. And so same kind of mindset here, okay? So let's get to it. I wanted to make this again for people who don't have a lot of funds to spend, so I call it the budget version. I'm not going to go into all of the things I went through in the original video. Watch that one if you want to see the discussion about AoPS books. But for the middle school checklist, there is all of Alchemist, right? That's free. You can do Alchemist on your own. There's nothing holding you back. I guess you do need a computer, right? You'll need access to one. I think your public library has one if you don't have a personal computer at your house. I understand, no judgment. Do all AMC 8 from the past 20 years. That's free, right? You can go find them. If you don't have access to that computer, you can probably print at the library as well. You might have an iPad for school now because we're in the middle of COVID and they might have given you one. Or again, ask a teacher at school in the math department to help you acquire these if you don't have access to a computer. You can register for and spend time on the AoPS forums. That's free. Make an account. Talk on there. Spend a couple hours a week looking at what people talk about. I also, if you're going to spend time on those forums, I do recommend you use the search feature. The search feature is going to allow you to find the topics that you're looking for without having to, annoy the regulars there with questions that have already been answered. So I would recommend lurking right before you participate with your questions. Lurk and read what other people post, read how they respond, and comment, when you're ready. Okay, Beast Academy is going to cost money. If you don't have it, that's rough. It starts from grades 2 to 5. Probably your parents, or if you are a parent watching this video, that's where you want to start your child off if they're in 2nd grade. It's a great resource for preparation for this style of thinking. For the Win. To be honest, I don't know much about For the Win. I never used it, but I've heard kids say good things about it. It's an AoPS resource as well. If you even go on the AoPS website and you look for resources, there's all kinds of resources they list on there that most of them are free. The AoPS books, again, I'm not going to go into all of them in this video. They do cost money. They're typically, I think, for the book and the solution between $40 and $60 or so. And I understand that funds might be tight. And I've seen some people ask me, even in the comments, can you link a PDF of these books? And I kind of have a problem with doing that. And the reason is if you read the intro to some of these books that, Rutschek wrote, for instance, he writes, thank you to Vanessa, my desert flower, for your support, things like that. He refers to her lovingly. And it's really, really obvious that there was an immense struggle to get this company created. They probably worked with no pay for years to create this material. Maybe they had a sponsor. I don't know the background and the details. I do know it didn't just get handed to him, right? He had to make immense sacrifice. His wife had to make immense sacrifice in order to produce what has made our lives today in the math community, the competition math community, greatly enhanced. No company in the entire US, even MAA, I really love them as well, has done more to cultivate the culture of competition math and the beauty really of math and the creative problem solving than AoPS. When you share that PDF, you're stealing from them. You're looking at their sacrifice that they made in whatever years they made it, 04, 05, whatever it was, I don't know the exact history, and you're saying, that's great and all, but I can't afford it. And because I can't afford it, I justify stealing the content. That's what it is, it's theft. Now you might feel like, yeah, but I can't afford it, and those kids have it, and if I don't have it, I can't compete. Okay, I get it. I understand. It's not fair. And life is not fair. I totally understand those feelings. And in fact, it might hurt a little bit to know that that's the reality that you're up against. And again, you can either give up or you can find a way around it. You can find a way to succeed despite the hand that you were dealt. And maybe you don't have a good hand. Maybe you've got 2 7-off suit. But maybe you can play that hand to a win, right? And so I don't really support the handout of PDFs. Here's what I would do if you really, really can't afford it. Even in my life, I got 2 gifts a year, one for my birthday and one for Christmas. Why not ask for the book that you want? Why don't you ask family, right? $5 from grandma, $5 from uncle, $5 from cousin. You add that all up, just say what you want it for. People are going to support you. Adults are going to support you. Your math teacher at school might even support you. If you come humbly and you are grateful and you're genuine and you ask for that help, maybe they will do it. Maybe the school teacher will buy the book for the school that you can check out. I don't know. I don't really know what will happen, and neither do you until you try. Right? When I was a kid, there was no jobs in my city. There was no street lights. There was no sidewalks. We lived out in the country. Right? So there weren't many jobs around that you could go do. I pulled weeds in like a 100-yard path, and each row of trees that I pulled those weeds in, I was given 50 cents a week. Right? You can struggle. It's okay to struggle. It actually builds character. It'll make you a better person in the long run. Ask your parents what you can do to earn 50 cents a week or $1 a week. Right? Maybe more than that. Maybe they can give you $3 a week. Most parents, they're going to want to support you. And again, I don't want to, some people didn't have the same experience. Maybe you don't have 2 parents in your home growing up. I didn't, right? I know what that's like. I understand, okay? All of those things, that's the reality of human life, right? And so, again, lay down and take it, or get up and fight. Okay, get up and don't accept the path that you've been told you're going to be on. You go and fight, okay? And so I just don't support this. One last thing you might do, email AoPS. They have an email. Write them an email and tell them your situation. Maybe you can get them to give you a discount on their books. Maybe. I am not guaranteeing anything. I do not know their policies. I do know they're a very great company, right? And so they're probably going to be willing to help in some way or give you advice as well about how you can go about getting it. Maybe there's used books. Maybe someone at your high school that you've befriended on the math community is graduating and they no longer feel they need those books. Ask them, can I buy those from you used? Half price, something like that, right? There's all kinds of things you can do besides stealing. And I can't support it, and I'm not going to share the PDFs and my links or anything like that. If AoPS gives approval and they say you can use their PDF, then go ahead. You've gotten their permission. That's what you're supposed to do, right? So that's just my feeling on that. If you have done that and you've used the PDF, honestly, I don't really judge you. This is about my own personal integrity for myself and what I expect of me. If you've done that and you've used it, okay, that was the decision that you made. One thing you might consider down the road is when you get ahead in life, you've graduated college and you start making money, if you go to college, then give back. Buy their books in the future for your kids. Do something to show them the respect of the sacrifices that them and their team made to give you this gift of creative problem solving at a level you just couldn't find in the country before that. So that's my thoughts on that. I don't want to say any more. I'm not shaming anyone. Please don't feel ashamed. I've done many stupid things in my life. I am human too. And so it's okay. Make better decisions going forward. That's what I advocate. Additional free resources. Your local math circle. If you live near a big city, many colleges have a math circle. Cal State Fullerton has one, for instance. UC Irvine has a math circle, for instance. If you contact them and ask, are there any math circles in the area, do a Google search or some kind of DuckDuckGo search, whatever you want to use for your search engine, do that. Your school might have a math club. What if they don't? Why don't you start one? Do you know how well colleges look on somebody who starts a math club? You become the president of that club. Why don't you do something about your situation? Don't accept the hand you're dealt. Oh, there's no math club at my school, so I can't succeed. Get over it, man. Get over that. Create the math club. That will actually enhance your resume for college applications. You did something to better the world, and not just help yourself, you're helping other people. Go for it. Okay, YouTube channels. I put mine on here, of course. Hey, subscribe down below. It's a good channel in my opinion, but obviously I'm biased. The AoPS channel, great resource. He's done about the last 5 problems from AMC 10 and 12 on both tests from about 2014. I think they have some other videos on there as well. Shout out to Osman Nall. He's going to handle a lot of upper level content, AME and high level AMC 12, and he even does other math competitions as well. He's, honestly, I'm not ashamed to say it, he's better than me. The guy is talented, right? He has more ability than I do at this stage in his life. Great resource, use it. It doesn't mean that I'm not valuable just because he's doing great. You can be that way too with your friends. If one of them is doing better than you, don't worry, don't be jealous. Be proud of them. It's cool that they're getting that kind of success, right? Walt S. has been around for a lot longer than me. Very nice guy, it seems like. He's got a YouTube channel as well. Great teacher. Another one that I put, these are in my featured channels list, Osman and STEM for All. I don't know who runs the STEM for All channel. I don't know her name, but she seems nice. She primarily does a lot of other stuff. Math Kangaroo is one of the ones that she focuses on a lot. It's still a great resource. Check it out, right? That's free. You just watch videos. Maybe you have to watch an advertisement. Oh no. Get over it, man. Okay, Discord servers. I didn't include this in the last video because I didn't even know about them at the time. So Discord servers, you've got several of them on there. They have different resources. A lot of them have a problem of the day. They include lecture videos on there from different channels that they feature. There's advice and discussion. Maybe it's an upgraded level from what you'll find at AoPS, depending on what you like. There's more links to free resources that they provide. If you ask them for help, they will help you. People will help you, right? Don't just say, I don't have the money. Ask people for help. There's no shame in that, right? Okay, the ones I want to give a shout out to, especially this one is called Math Club. You can contact him. It's a private Discord server. You have to have an invite. His name on AoPS is Kongmin, KHONGMINH05. Send him a PM on AoPS and ask for an invite to his Discord server. The kid is really helpful, right? Very much so. I don't know how to pronounce his name, his Vietnamese name, but he goes by Henry. You can reach out to him and ask him. Good person, right? CNCM. I don't know a lot about CNCM. I know it used to stand for Central North Carolina Mathematics or something like that. And now it's cyclic something. I can't think of the exact name, but they go by the acronym CNCM. They're having a math competition coming up, I think, on the 15th. I don't 100% know. I haven't heard back from them yet on what they're doing with that. It's a user-produced competition. They have quite a few people on their Discord server. Again, full of people willing to help you if you ask for it. Okay, next up, continued. There's other competitions besides AMC. You should do them. They're not going to all help directly with the AMC. They will make you a better mathematician, right? They will give you more skills. One you can do in middle school up until 8th grade is Math Counts. It's a great one that you can do if your school offers it. If it doesn't, start the math club. Ask your math teacher how to get a Math Counts team going. Lead. Don't wait for someone else. You lead. You step up. Okay? Next one, HMMT. This is the Harvard MIT Mathematics Tournament, I believe. Don't know a lot about it. Never taken it myself. Haven't done any problems from it here. Every problem that you do is going to help. Mandelbrot, don't know a lot about it. Check it out. Math Kangaroo. To be honest, I'm not a huge fan of all the Math Kangaroo problems. They have them for all grades 1 through 12. It's still worth it, right? They have I think 30 questions. They're separated by 3-point, 4-point, and 5-point questions. I would say about half the questions are awesome. And the other half, it's okay. It's an international competition. It's worth doing. Right? It's worth doing. Check it out. Again, you can learn more about it here. If you comment on that channel, I'm sure that this channel operator will help you out in learning more about it. Look up Math Kangaroo as well. The USA Math Talent Search. I think this is a take-home test. Check it out as well. There's a bunch of mock tests. Look at the mocks that are available. One that I know in primarily is called the CMC, the Christmas Math Competition. If you search on Google AoPS, or on AoPS forums rather, for mock tests, you will find a link to the page that has it, or search on Google, okay? There's various handouts that the community has created. They're free. They connect you to all the problem types of one type, like all triangle problems, all probability problems, right? They're free to use. Math Divulged, I don't know much about this. In fact, Henry's the one that told me about it when I asked him about it a little bit earlier today. I went and checked out their page. They seem very well qualified. I mean, one of the people on the first bio that I read has qualified for USA JMO 6 years in a row. I mean, extremely smart people. They have a YouTube channel. They probably have resources there. Lots of people want to help you. The question is, do you want to help yourself? And that's where we come here. Here's you. You are probably the most important free resource that you have, right? One thing that you can do especially well, how did I get so good? I taught other people. And I'm not even great, okay? I'm good, but there's people better. I've already pointed some out, right? There's a lot better. Evan Chen, I'm not even in the same stadium with the guy, okay? Richard Ruchek, same thing, right? Okay, but how did I get good? I predict probably how they also got good besides solving lots of problems. They taught someone else. When you teach someone else, it forces you to organize the information in such a way that you see linearly through the solution path a lot better. And you'll notice things that you never noticed when you were solving, when you're forced to tell someone else how to go about it. Okay, find a cousin, find a younger sibling, find a neighbor, anyone you can to tutor, even if you have to do it for free. Oh no, did you volunteer? Heaven forbid. Volunteering is great, right? Look for ways to help out others. It might just improve you in the process. Learn how to study effectively. One of the things I show also, you can watch my video called How to Study for the AMC 8, actually it is, and other tests. Check that video out. It's just a method. It's not the only method, but it's the starting point. If you don't know what you're doing and you're not, looking at your notes that you took from past tests, then maybe you're not remembering all the things that you learned last year or 6 months earlier this year, and so on and so forth. Taking good notes and studying well is an essential part of your journey. Over here, I put priorities. I want to say that taking the AMC 10s from the year 2000 and the AMC 12s afterward from the year 2000 forward, all of those tests are valuable. Why? Because a lot of the modern questions are built off fundamental concepts taught in those tests. Are they easier? It doesn't matter. Get the fundamental concepts down. They love to take older ideas, change them slightly, put it in 2019 or 2020 tests. The people who have done these are going to recognize those things, and it will give them a starting point that they might branch off of to find the new solution path on the more difficult questions. Do not skip the old tests. The most important AoPS book for all of AMC 10 prep is Volume 1. If you can get that one above all else, above all the other AoPS books, it has great coverage of about 8 to 14 questions. Again, watch my regular how to prepare video to see, the approximate help of each AoPS book and which one you should do at which grade level. In the future, I'll probably make specially designed plans per grade level, like if you're 6th grade, 7th grade, and so on. More on that later. Community engagement, the Discord servers, the AoPS forums, your math club, your local math circle, right? Get involved about 2 hours a week. If you can avoid it, don't talk the nonsense conversations. Don't engage in them. It's great sometimes, but don't be too distracted about talking about things that, are frivolous. Focus on the content and the learning, and yes, okay, it's good to have some social engagement too, but try to control it, okay? So you can focus on the prize, the goal, right? Mindset, be determined, right? Again, don't accept the hand you were dealt. Do not say, like Tiger Woods has been golfing since he was 5 and that's why he became dominant. You may be starting in 8th grade in competition math, and that might feel too late to the kids who started in 4th grade, 3rd grade, or Beast Academy. It does not matter. There are still people at the top of their game in all fields that got a late start. You can be one of them, or you can just give up and walk away. Up to you. Okay, lastly, as many problems as you can. Evan Chen mentions it. He says there's no right training, and that's pretty much true, but you probably should be solving thousands upon thousands of problems from various competitions. Whatever you can get your hands on, be dedicated and focused to it. The best time for this is middle school because you have more free time, but after you get out of middle school, it's still not too late. You can still grow in high school. It'll make you a better problem solver, a better creative thinker. Again, if you want to know why do competition math at all, watch that video. Maybe I'll link it in the description or something like that. You can just find it on my channel if you want. There are still benefits to attempting to improve yourself, right? Creative problem solving doesn't end in competition math. You'll carry that forward to the workplace. And the people who can creatively solve problems for companies tend to make a lot more money. I hope this video was helpful. I'll see you guys around. See you in the next video.